Okay, guys, you're welcome to Story Time with Collaborate. And in today's edition, we'll be looking at a beautiful storyline from my own community. All right, you'll be hearing the story about nemesis, you'll be hearing the story about karma. It is to tell us that doing good pays as well as indulging in evil also pay. Here is a story of a young man who lived his life just anyhow. He could scam people, he could dubiously collect anything from just anybody, and even when you catch him, you know, that is stole what belongs to you, he still will find a way to beat you, manipulate his way around it, and succeed. Even when you drag him to court, he will bribe his way out and get what he wants from you. And people were beginning to wonder that does it mean that God doesn't destroy those who do evil? Does it mean that when people perpetuating evil, they are not being paid back with the same coin? And that was how this man continued with this. And that was from his youth until he became old. As at this time, he had got about seven solid sons. Seven sons. So this man grew old and he was ready to die. And on his sick bed, he called his eldest son and told him this. He told him that he is not too sure that he's going to survive this ailment. So, what the son will have to do for him is that when he dies, there is a ritual that will be conducted for him. Remember, all these years, people have laid curses, people had cried to God, people had cried to government, people have cried to the village chief, and nobody have been able to fight this man and get justice for the people. So, on his sick bed right now, he told his son, this is what you will do for me when you find that I don't survive. That is, if he doesn't survive this ailment. He told his son that at one corner of the room is a local gun, but very, very massive. He would want his son to shoot that gun for like 7 days after his demise. And the son hearkened to that instruction, and finally he didn't make it and he died. Wow. The community, though, became a little peaceful. Okay, people rejoiced that this bad man finally is gone. But as tradition would demand, the eldest son had to gather the rest of his sons and inform the eldest person in the family that their father had passed away. So the man came and visited them while the children gathered around the body of their late father. They were trying to explain to the eldest person in the family what actually happened. The eldest son rose up to speak and told the eldest man in the family that when his father was on the sick bed, he gave an instruction. And the instruction he left behind is that there is a gun by one corner of the room that should be shot for him for 7 good days after his demise. That he would want the entire community to hear the sound of the gun, that is to show that a great man has left the world. And as they were yet discussing, the eldest son went straight to where the gun was lying, according to how the father, pointed or described to him. And as he made attempt to raise the gun exploded. The moment the gun exploded, he killed the first son, he killed the other 6 sons, and the 6 sons plus the dead body lying on the bed, all burnt into ashes. The only person who survived this incident was the oldest man in the family, who they invited to come and see the dead body of their father. And that was the end of this man's generation. Who say doing good doesn't pay? And who say indulging in evil doesn't pay? If you are doing good, do it very well. And if you are indulging in evil, need I say continue? Because there is a judgment day for everybody, whether right here on earth or when you finally pass on to be with God the Father or whosoever you want to be with. But the moral lesson from this very short story is that you desist from doing evil, because the repercussion for evil, the end point for every evil you do is always disastrous. Is always disastrous. Just imagine how an entire generation was wiped out just because of the sin of one man. Thank you for listening to my story today, and I hope to see you in my next edition. Thank you, and see you some other time. Bye for now.